Now we will talk about the energetic properties of food. Cereals. Most cultures' diet is cereal based. This is also in accordance with Chinese medicine dietetic theories, in which cereals such as rice, millet, and corn should constitute the greatest portion of food that is consumed. Most grains are relatively neutral in their temperature and generally strengthen qi and shui. This means that regularly consuming relatively large amounts of them will generally not create imbalances in the body. Most cereals also have slight damp draining qualities, but unfortunately not all. Modern wheat is particularly problematic. This is because, as well as having a cooling energy, wheat has also been modified to produce a higher yield and to suit the needs of the baking industry. This has resulted in wheat having a tendency to produce dampness in the body. This is particularly problematical given how many people's diet is based on the consumption of bread, pasta, and other wheat-based foods. Barley is salty, sweet, slightly cooling, drains dampness and heat, and nourishes yin. Maize or corn is sweet and neutral and strengthens qi and blood. Millet, sweet, salty, and neutral. Some sources classify millet as being either slightly warming or slightly cooling, strengthens the kidney and spleen qi, transform dampness and phlegm. Oats, sweet, neutral, and warm, strengthens qi and nourishes blood. Quinoa, sweet, salty, and slightly warm, strengthens kidney yang. Rice, neutral and sweet, strengthens qi and blood, harmonizes the stomach, and strengthens the spleen. Rye, bitter and neutral, slightly cooling, drains dampness. Spelt, sweet and neutral, slightly cooling, strengthens qi and nourishes blood, less dampness and phlegm creating than modern wheat. Wheat, sweet, cool, or slightly cold, drains heat, nourishes the qi, and nourishes blood, has a tendency to create dampness and phlegm. Dairy products, generally sweet and cool or neutral. This is goat and sheep milk is neutral or slightly warming, which makes it a better option for people who are spleen qi deficient. Dairy products are very rich in flavor and therefore can have a tendency to create dampness. Fish. Freshwater fish are usually sweet and salty in their flavor, whilst being neutral or slightly warm in their temperature. Saltwater fish usually have a salty flavor and a cool temperature. Trout is slightly hot and salmon is warm. A lot of shellfish are warming. Fruit, generally sweet, sour, and sometimes bitter. Most fruit is cooling and in its thermodynamic. Exceptions to this are apricot, raspberry, and cherry, which are slightly warming. Tropical fruit is generally cold and should preferably be eaten in warm yang climates, not in the autumn and winter in Northern Europe. The sweet and sour taste helps to create fluids, but the sour taste will bind the fluids in the body, which is not good when there is dampness. Meat. Meat is generally warm. Meat is good at tonifying yang, qi, and blood. Because meat is very rich in flavors, it can be difficult to transform and it can lead to the creation of phlegm and heat. The various kinds of organ meats, such as kidney, liver, and so on, will tonify the corresponding zangfu organ in the body. It is, however, highly recommended that the liver and kidney are organic due to the use of growth promoters, antibiotics, medicine, and other chemicals used in the production of meat. Beef. It is sweet and neutral or slightly warm. Chicken is sweet and warm. Duck, sweet, salty, and neutral or slightly cooling, nourishes yin and blood. Lamb is sweet and hot. It strengthens qi and yang, nourishes blood, can aggravate heat and fire conditions. Pork, this is sweet, salty, and neutral or slightly cooling. It nourishes yin and blood, tendency to create dampness and phlegm. Thank you for listening.